Southern Fried Rabbit is definitely very interesting, but I will be honest, I didn't completely get it. I did have to do a bit of research after the fact, because my knowledge of American history is probably bordering on average. It's not that great, but Warner Brothers cartoons that deal with various aspects of history do actually provide me with some education. I am now more aware of what the Mason-Dixon line is. I'd heard of the term, but never really understood it. I did some Googling after the fact. I feel a little bit more educated, so thanks to the cartoon for that. It's not completely without its fault. There was a point where Bugs kind of browns up, which is really awkward. From an animation perspective, it's fascinating to see him being a brown rabbit rather than a grey rabbit, but obviously historically a little bit awkward. This was released in 1953, directed by Fritz Freleng, with a story by Warren Foster, and Mel Blanc voices Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam. He's actually called Colonel Sam here, and I'll read the description from IMDb, which will explain it better than me trying to summarize something that I don't fully comprehend. And this says, Bugs heads towards the record carrot crop in Alabama, but runs into Colonel Sam, who is under orders to let no Yankee cross the Mason-Dixon line. And quite simply, Bugs Bunny wants to do this. He wants to go and get these carrots because the crops where he was from have all depleted. He needs to get some decent carrots, but Yosemite Sam, Colonel Sam, will not let him pass, and of course he does everything he can to try and stop Bugs Bunny, while Bugs does everything he can to get past. The song Yankee Doodle Dandy does feature quite heavily, and being a big fan of George M. Cohan, I absolutely love that song. It is a slight variation. He put a carrot in his cap rather than a feather, and I definitely love that song. It's well animated, some really great colours, very kind of crisp and fresh and very pleasing to watch. Yosemite was enjoyable and Bugs was his delightful self, and I really enjoyed it. As I said, there were bits of it that maybe washed over me that I didn't fully get, but the more I learn about this, the more I'll understand it. I feel like I'm probably going to watch it again after I've done a little bit more research into the Mason-Dixon line. I'd love to know what you think of it, if you're coming from my perspective, or if you're American, or if you're a fan of American history. I'd love to know what you think of it. Personally, I really enjoyed it. As I said, it's not perfect, but it is still thoroughly enjoyable, and I think I'll get more out of it the more I learn. So definitely think it's one I'll revisit again at some point.